All right, everybody. We're on. Welcome, Truth Serum Nation. Uh, got a nice night coming up for everybody, and kind of a gloomy, dark, rainy Saturday, but it's all right. Or Friday, Saturday. What the Friday? Can't even keep track of the days anymore. Come on, go get a coffee, a soda, or something. Come hang out with me. You know the routine. We're gonna try to get Angelo back on here. And like I say, I beforehand, I really don't know. Things change on the inside, and it'd be like, oh, you said he was. Yeah, he's in prison doing life. Things could happen by the time from the time I schedule him until the date really comes. So that's all there is to it. The New York Jets. So just gonna have to wait and see what happens, and that's that. You know, I put 7:30 on there. I'm trying to back it up because those schedules change in prison, and I really don't want to do it that long, be on here that long. So uh maybe I hope he calls around 7:30. Boom, boom, boom. Because I want to ask him. You know, sometimes I feel sensitive. Sometimes I can't look at things from their perspective. And I see things more as just a civilian and not part of that, you know, fraternity and things and those rules and everything like that. And try to understand what their mindset is and their mentality, where, how you can be friends, but a friend, a civilian friend, or you could grow up with a friend in kindergarten and he could be your friend all along. And then if you're around the wise, if you're around the wise guys and you say something, well, he's going to stick up, you know and is going to stick up for the fraternity. I don't want to be wishy-washy and stuff like that, but it's like you could have so much fun together, but then you say something against him personally or to the fraternity, and all that friendship is nothing, means nothing. So I value friendship and things like that, and I don't think I could just carry on like, just I didn't understand a lot of things. I was green. Uh thought I knew about some things, but I didn't. And for anybody that's gonna be new coming in, my godfather did work for mostly Colombo, and he spared me a couple times, and he spared me, and he started getting frustrated with me, and and it came to the point where he more or less communicated to me, you either become a made guy or stay away from them. The gig is up. Become made, and that's it. Abide by the rules. And then if you want to talk smack to a guy in your crew and you could screw around like that, that's all right. But for being a civilian and see a lot of these guys, I was driving around at night. They were drunk, and you'd say things, and I thought I had a little more rope when they were drunk, but there's not a lot of free passes when it comes to that life. There's not a lot of free passes. I got two by two miracles because of my godfather, but he didn't want to be looking like a schmuck. He was a serious enforcer, and all of a sudden I'm on the scene, and it's like maybe he loved me, but it was more. It was like, this guy's a pain in Jojo. You either crap or get off the pot. So eventually, I got off the pot. Run like Pink Floyd. Run. Come on, go get a coffee or a soda. Help a guy out here. Yeah. What's up, Joel Gold? That's all. So we'll see what happens. I feel sorry for Angelo because, and we had a lot of fun, but it seems like they've been hardened by such life and what he saw before I came on the scene, and you become so hardened to that, and I look at it through a different lens, and it's like, well, how could you be like this and then just be like that in a drop of a dime, So yeah, let me see. You know, I don't know. I try to put some things down. Yeah. Mm. Well, it eventually came down to where mm, I told my godfather I wanted to run around a little bit. Things were getting turbulent. Smoke another one. I've cut down. Things were getting turbulent, and I was like, oh, I just want to, I'll try to hustle a couple more dollars. And he more or less was like, well, you're on your own. You're on your own. And if you can't deal with the people in the crew, then it ain't gonna come back on me, Jojo, because it's getting to the point where you gotta make a stance. You're always I was a little younger and crazier, and I might disrespect. I'm more like I'm I'm more likely to disrespect one of them guys. And my godfather could probably read me and see that coming and say, yeah, JoJo's going to screw up and say something or try to get in their pockets when they're drunk in his car, try to roll them when they're drunk in my car. And, you know, but like Angelo, I'd be driving them here or there, and then I'd wait for some pay for a tip, driving all around at night to bars and everything and card games. And I'll just catch you. I'll catch you at the club, Joe. Well, and then at the club, I'm kind of too submissive to say, "Oh, you got my money." So I don't know, but now the guy, excuse me, the guy didn't rat, and the people he didn't ratted on him. So is it even worth it just to sacrifice your freedom and your family? Well, just to say I never ratted. Well, I think your family and your wife and children would have wished you ratted than to watch you fricking wilt away in a prison. Hmm, I don't know. Everybody on MobTube has their own opinions and that whole rat topic and everything, and it all gets a little crazy. Big J Biz, doesn't it? I come on earlier. I had communicated with Ange and was like, you know, try to if you can make it a little earlier, but I wanted to catch it on the stream. I want to catch it, and be able to let you guys hear. And well, such is life. So I hope today finds everybody in good spirits. Uh, this is a different introspective type of rarity on MobTube where you've seen thousands and thousands of videos about this genre from people, the big channels cooperated. But when do you see a guy that didn't cooperate or hear from a guy that didn't cooperate that is in prison today? It's rare. This is YouTube and everything, but just humanistically speaking, I just want to offer him some good words. Or yeah, he's not really a wishy-washy guy like me, but you know Everybody needs some good words. Baby A, how you feeling? So, yeah, TGIF. I actually thought it was Saturday. Yes, folks, I have brain damage. That's cool. Texas. We got Texas, New York. All right. So I want to try to visit. Oh, where then the mob hacks, you know who they are, the roly poly. What's his name? Where is he? Oh, let's look it up. Let's look it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. People talking about the mob that was never around a gangster in their life. You know, if if you're watching race car drivers, well, and you want info on the driver and the crew and things like that, well, you want somebody that was actually there and with the pit crew or the driver, and then you get a real feeling for it, not cosmetic gibberish that roly poly wannabes wanna be that come in and try to hack and talk smack. They go to bed and they fantasize about it. Joel, Joel, you know the term rolling mob guys? You know the term rolling somebody? That's impressive. Well, it was like, well, I'm seeing bankrolls. I'm seeing bankrolls of softball sized bankrolls, and it's like at 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm all stressed out, all over the place. Well, I'll catch you. I'll catch you at the club, Jojo. Well, that never happens. It never happens. So God forgive me that, and it was risky too because he found out. Uh, well, Sam the boss put two and two together and found out that I rolled them. But then Sam was kind of lenient on me until came a point in time where the boss just said, "No more rides for nobody. No more rides for nobody." And then after my godfather said, "You're on your own," and then and then I get gonna be paranoid that maybe Angelo or somebody who's gonna come on might say, "Oh yeah, pick me up over here," and then I could be walking into a trap. And then he could draw on me and say, "Yeah, you rolled me, you little, you rolled me, blah blah blah," or things like that. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do, Joel. I feel for you there, man. I feel for you there. Yeah. FW Fred, how you feeling, man? The closest they ever got was the DVD set of The Sopranos. Yeah, all that gibberish, you know. Yeah. Mm. So, yeah. Good to see you, Fred. Good man. Good man, Fred. And it's different. This mob genre that blew up on YouTube, and trying to look at it in certain ways. And yes, it's good storytelling. I mean, okay, leave all the rat and the families and all the soap opera stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like just tell some good stories. Tell they make up half of the stories anyways. They're making up recycled gibberish and things like that. Well, it's understandable. I think on top of it, yeah, you got recognizable people that have names and on MobTube, but then you have to have a little personality. You have to be likable, which is understandable, and things like that. Which some of them are just hacks that are just Mama Lukes, and they just have no personality, and they're just straight hacks that piggyback the genre and never was elbow to elbow with a gangster. The closest they got was the DVD set from The Sopranos, as Fred just stated here, my consultant, FWO Fred. So I don't want to bash and do anything like that. But if that troller comes in here, if the troller comes in here, we're going to get down and dirty. That's all. I try to spread love and compassion and things along those lines. But then when somebody wants to come in and hack and send trollers in and do things like that, then the gloves come off. The gloves come off. That's all. And then maybe that's immature and maybe that's juvenile. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If we get to it, you know. The Blue Ridge. Hey, Ivan Lore, what the hell's going on? Juvie. All right. Oh, all right. Oh, you're going to the... You staying overnight, Fred, in the Falls? Yeah, the Canadian side's better. Niagara Falls is just run down. They got the seventh wonder of the world there, and it's run down politically. Politics ruined that place. Politics. So we'll just see what happens. I should have some Jeopardy music for you guys. So, yeah, Angelo, just a little more information. We did have a lot of fun. There was a couple other guys that I got close to, and psychologically speaking, it's like you devote yourself to a fraternity, and that comes first, even over your family. Forget about a childhood friend. So I come on the scene, and just because I was hanging out and gambling and having some fun, a lot of fun times, a lot of great fun times and everything, and I would get immature a little bit. You know how I get a little immature, but you know, but and you could see that, like, friendship, but I was young and dumb and naive, and they don't mean nothing, because later on, the same guy might have been talking about in other circles, what about JoJo? Should we, maybe, what about this? What about that? So, yeah, I value friendship, but they have different terms for friends. A friend, like if you're introduced, like you're at a festival or a clam bake or some kind of outdoor event, and they'd say, like to Sam, I'd be like, sometimes the boss, he'd tell me be close, and they'd say, "Oh, is he a friend?" I say, "Yeah, but we're friends," and he'd be like, "No, you're not a friend." Well, I thought, yeah, how can we not be friends? A friend meaning you're a made guy. I was nuts. You're going to the opera and slots. Wow, what a renaissance man. Joe, you're probably one of the most mature on MobTube. Good evening, folks. This is the Truth Serum. I'm going to take you on a ride and a journey. Fasten your seatbelts. We'll try to maintain the speed limit. We'll try not to get any traffic tickets. Hey, Ivan Lord, thank you, pal. Thank you, man. Ivan Lord, I appreciate that. Thank you. So we like to have a little fun. You see, I don't want to bash Doughboy that much, because I did try to provide therapy once upon a time, and you engage with that stuff and you get into the soap opera, but maybe he'll just chill out and just go on into your world and chill out. Don't come on trying to ruffle my feathers. I mean, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it really doesn't make me feel any bigger or happier because, I'm insulting some hack out there, It's, I mean, come on. So, uh, mm. Yeah, you could get it on my on About Me, Joel Gold on about my About Me. There's a link to Amazon Books. There's a link to it on there. They dead missed. When I was a little boy, they dead missed. I think I'm a good writer. I'd like to believe that. Amazon, Amazon Books. If you were here, I'd give it to you because I bought a lot of them just to give away in good faith because uh, it's inspirational on how many chances I had at life, and I was saved a lot of different times, spiritually from angels and physically from being murdered. So, and that's why I say, no matter where we are in life and everything else, uh, don't give up. You know. Yeah, Canadian ballet. If you know, I know what you mean. I know what you mean, FW Fred. Some do use that term, the Canadian ballet, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Fred. Well, you're a hardworking guy. You did your time. Michael K, good to have you here. We got the Truth Serum Nation in here. I got different glasses on and try to look more like a professor. Try to make you like, yeah. See? Now, boom. Blah, 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 blah. But good evening, folks. It's the Truth Serum. You're going to get on this roller coaster, and when you get off, you could be shocked, amazed, curious. All right, where are we going here? I really hope he calls, man. Then I got to be Johnny on the spot, and then it's like if I try to ask questions where I don't know. Yeah, Joel. However you want to do that, uh, you send the cash app. I'll send the book. Just put your address on it. However you want to do it, I'll send it to you for free. Well, you got to pay the shipping because I don't have tons of money buried. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm good just cleaning. So, well, yeah. Uh, Marta, happy. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Marta's Marta watches the other guy. You could get all different perspectives. Marta Fowler for coming in here. Philly Bob, all right. Truth Serum Nation. So, um, yeah, I haven't smoked a lot today, but am I nervous and I need to smoke? I don't know. I've done 500 videos, so everything's good, Philly. Oh. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here. My mind is racing because I want him to call and I don't want to let anybody down because it's been scheduled for a week. And then, you know, I don't want him to think about stuff like, well, why would you ask me that? Just so for any curiosity that the viewers might have. Because the guy's sharp. Even these guys in their older age, they're still sharp. They're sharp. You can't get a curveball over the plate or stuff like that. But I have to tread gently and you know, be careful. Like, whoa, why would you? But I'm kind of maybe sentimental or wishy-washy about you know Because see, at the end of the day, there's things he knows that I don't know during that time. There's things he knows that could have been pertaining to me or what, you know? If he doesn't call, okay, we'll tune in and see. Well, thank you, Marta Fowler. You know, so yeah, we gotta. It's getting hot in here. Yeah, suit jacket with a thermal shirt on. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, Truth Serum Nation. So, what else we got? Ivan, help me out. Fred, help me out. Give me something. Where is he? Thank you. Somebody help me out here. I don't want to start hearing that Jeopardy music. Usually, I just chirp, 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 and that's it. You know. Oh, all right, David. All right, Arizona. All right, that's cool. You know. Thanks for being in here. That's all. So yeah, I don't know. What is it? It's almost 7:30. Yeah. Uh, Tell us about rolling mom, guys. Well, I recommend that you don't roll anybody. I just recommend that just lead a righteous life and work hard. Try to reach your goals and aspirations. Don't give up, and there's no shortcuts. For beautiful women, it's easy to roll guys in general. For beautiful women that got some hustle game, you know, if you're a beautiful woman, they could put down a good hustle game on just unsuspecting innocent men, and that's easy for a beautiful woman. But other than that, um, you know, just if you're trying to rise up and you're having issues and problems and life becomes a hard struggle, well, um, you know, don't give up. You can come back. See, the people that are tested by the fire and they've been through those trials and tribulations, a lot of them people turn into doing they end up doing great things, you know. So when you're tested through that, you already have the guts and the motivation to just grind and grind and grind. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of backfired me when I rolled down that cliff, Ivan. It kind of, I was gonna try to run down it like a little bit and throw a little drama on that, and then I went head over heels down that cliff, and but that's all right. Hey, James McCarthy, how you feeling? What else we got? Yeah, James McCarthy's cool. Yeah. James McCarthy's real cool. This was Bear Grylls. But I walked it off. I did walk 2 miles. So I'm trying to get in a little more, be more, you know, physically aware. You hit 60 years old and it's just like, yeah, I mean, I do want some longevity. So just try to, yeah, the horse farm was nice. Yeah, the horse farm. I love it. The beautiful pond. Uh, Mike C., if you watch this, thank you for your class and your hospitality, not only there, but in the community with the funds and fundraisers that you do in the community. A real humanitarian. Mike C., my I salute you, buddy. So yeah, that was a beautiful operation going over there. Yeah. Yeah, but that cliff was a little tough. I got a sore rib because I think something poked me. I think something poked my rib, but it's all right. I feel good. The great physician will help me. So, what else we got? 7:32. Uh, yeah, that's cool down there. See some old friends, good for the soul. That's how I roll. See, you get older, and most of my friends have passed away, and then isolation isn't good. You try to get out in the world. All my best friends have passed, and and I'm a personal guy. I'm a personable guy that I love the action. I love the action and things like that. So I love it. Thank you, Ivan Lore. Thank you. Uh, I don't like to play mob bash and all that. Well, with Mike Francis and all of that, because he was talking a lot of different stuff, and it was just like, wow, he thinks everybody's just dead. But and of course, I was starting YouTube, honestly, and I had to put things in the thumbnail and ride that for a while. But I'm evolving into different things, and what? And then when guys like Ange are rotting away in prison, they can't defend themselves. There's a thing called MobTube out there, and they got all these people out there doing all this and that, and there's nobody to defend them. So yeah. Constantino, thank you, man. Thank you for your support, Constantino. Thank you. I appreciate it. James McCarthy, Ivan Lore, Baby A. Thank you. So what else we got? 7:34. I don't know if this guy come sit down, chill out. Yeah, but Batavia Downs, boy. Woo, what they run over there. Yeah, they barred me from hell. I'm so heartbroken that I got barred from that hell over there. Baby A, thank you, honey. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna send you my book. Okay. I'll send you my book. Thank you, Baby A. Who the man? Joe the man. I'm under pressure now. Can I rise? Can I be the man? Are you worthy of being the man? I got barred from hell. Just leave it at that, Baby A. I don't even want to utter their name and pollute my live stream. Okay. Guys, damn guys on the scene. Joe's there on the scene. Then hopes, yeah. Then I was back at the shower. Yeah. Because this was the truth serum, and I let them know what they were really about. And then they gave me the runaround. They gave me the curly shuffle. And then it was like, oh, you're barred for life. Really? You're a rinky-dink hick town operation. They've been exposed in the media for a number of things, like the article, but let's not pollute, let's not pollute, because we got better things to talk about than hick town gibberish, whatever they are. So thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Baby A. Baby A is the queen of the truth serum. You have just been promoted. You've just been promoted to the queen because of that super chat. I'm not saying that if somebody else wants to trump that 20, that they might get promoted and move you down to princess. Nah, thank you, honey. You're the queen, always the queen. Live it, think it, and then it will come into reality. All right. Live it, feel it, breathe it, see it, and let the reality catch up to you. We're going to tweak the matrix out there, tweak the variables, and put your mind and your spirit and your soul and your thinking apparatus into a position and have these things. Number one thing is no fear. No fear. Fear kills everything because we are kings and queens. It's biblical. Believe it. It's just not good words to say. Oh, that's just fancy saying and everything, Look, look, we got William A. Brink. Who is this clown, a wannabe gangster? I'm not a gangster. William, Billy. Hey, now I could finally say Billy. That's one of Jeff's hacks. That's one of the Doughboys hacks. Who is this clown, a wannabe gangster? I don't want to be a gangster. Okay, you want to be a gangster. Your boy, your Doughboy over there wants to be a gangster. You just live vicariously. I knew a troller would come in. I knew it. I knew it. Well, it took you 35 minutes, Doughboy, huh? Wow. Oh, you hate him? Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Wow, you're giving Brooklyn a bad name, bro. Giving Brooklyn a bad name. Does anybody even have any wisdom anymore? Or they're just all hacks? Thank you, Baby A. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. So I don't know if my man's going to call or not. Well, we just got to play it as, then it's like, I don't talk about what, talk about this or that. What am I going to talk about? What, blah, blah, blah. How you feeling in prison? What do you ask a guy that's doing life in prison? What do you ask a guy? How was lunch? Or can you watch TV shows? Is there a show you're gonna watch tonight? I don't know. It's a tough situation. It's a tough thing, Why, thank you, Queen Baby. Yeah, I always wanted to be royalty. Thank you, James. Yeah. Baby A says, when my uncle was locked up, he said the conversation alone was a huge help. Any outside connection, yeah. Any outside connection. I'd visit some people in prison and I'd look at the visitation lineup. There was no visitors. There was just no visitors in there. There's crews of people. And of course, a lot of times, the wise guys don't want to have their names on the roster because then the government just looks on the visitation and then they just do background searches and all that. So, Constantino, it would be nice if all these big shots like Sign Me to Bull and the rest of them donate some money to this poor guy. Angelo, that'd be nice. Well, yeah, they donate to all those big channels. Yeah, they donate to all the big channels. Them guys got millions and millions of dollars. Recognizable people that cooperated. But I'm just going to go on and do what I do here, and wherever it goes, it goes. And you got guys that are just old age in prison, and that's that. No contact. Because it seems like when I talk, if I'm going to talk, there's not really nothing that good to say. The bottom line is he's going to die. So, try to lift his spirits or whatever. But what do you say? Try to just make the best of it, the best you can. Stuff like that. But my charge is going to run out. So I'm going to have to run in there. Yeah, black and white TV, things like that. So I don't know. What time? I got the same time. Yeah, 7:42. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on. I had a news item, but I'm not going to show it. You know, as long as I had something waiting on deck, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So it all depends on stuff. Yeah, a brick cell. What do they call those? Those throwaway cell phone and all that. Black and white TV, no nudie pics. So, oh well. I don't know. Yeah, I had an article here. I'm gonna have to run and get and put the charger in here. You know. So yeah, you know me. Fly by the seat of my pants. So let me do that, folks. Please excuse me for 1 minute. I'm gonna have to charge this up because I'm gonna do a longer stream than I anticipated. Hold on. We'll get it together, folks. We'll get it together. Figure it out somehow. All righty. All right. See if that works. All right. Gonna go longer than I thought. So sorry about that. Who leaves the live stream? Well, I do. Sorry about that. My coffee's almost gone. Yeah. Yeah. Try to be respectful. Try to be respectful in there. That might be whoever they are. You don't know who comes in here. You don't know who comes in here. But guess what? We ain't gonna even wait. We ain't even gonna wait. Bye bye. Bye bye, bro. We ain't even gonna wait. That's all there is to it. We ain't even gonna wait for gibberish to start. We ain't even gonna wait. So, well, yeah, it's a little crazy trying to figure out what to talk about, stuff like that, because I don't know how to, uplift. The guy's not in good health. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to be a little bit more health conscious, James. Trying to get some longevity in there. I've been doing good though the last couple days. The best I can. So got to start somewhere. I did walk 2 miles, fell down a cliff, but I wasn't as sore as I thought I would be. So, thank you, baby. Thank you. So, when you see these pictures when they have those the chainsaw murder pictures in their for their YouTube channel, they just look like these psycho clown posse. And what the hell happened? Hello.
Hey, Joe, it's Angelo.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Everything's good. What goes on Friday night?
Oh, it's a free for all over here. I just got a little skirmish with a couple of these couple of Puerto Ricans in there.
What? What, they're trying to be physical? Physical?
They're trying to shake me down for a few bucks.
Wow. So how'd that end? Is it all settled? You're not in, I don't know.
A couple of wise guys in here took care of it.
There's some in there from yesteryear?
There's a couple guys from Chicago.
Oh.
You got a couple guys from, actually from down south. You got guys from Florida.
Oh.
Louisiana. You got a few guys from New York. Half-fast guys.
Do they try to have the gangs like, traditional gangs, like gangs?
Yeah, they got the Mexican gangs in there, Latino gangs, the black gangs, the skinheads. They got a bunch of different gangs, but they generally leave the wise guys alone.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck? You're not in a spring chicken anymore, and you're not in good health. I mean, what the heck?
Well, I got the money gram, so I got a couple candy bars. I borrowed a guy for a few cigarettes and a cigar.
Oh well.
And I got
they give you a little lenient, like, so you could go have a smoke somewhere. Is it?
I mean, you got to be discreet now.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to be discreet.
Well, just try to stay in good health. Is there any news on your case? Well, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but your case isn't going to change?
Joe, I'm in here probably at least 7 more years.
Jeez. Well, I understand. I know we talked about a couple things, and I was just trying to, I felt, maybe like I don't want to repeat myself, but it seemed like we had a lot of good times, but then you could turn on me so quick. So that friendship doesn't mean nothing. I mean, not to bust your chops, but I thought we rock and rolled and had so much fun, but then it just mean nothing because I'm not.
So we have fun. There's social event, day-to-day stuff. You have fun, but at the end, you're just a guy. They don't know if you're an informant going on.
Oh,
that don't mean nothing, Joe.
Yeah.
Guys ran on to resent me. That don't mean nothing.
My bad. My bad. I know.
What? You weren't a friend of ours. So
made guy, then that would be all okay if we were made. So that's just
not supposed to yell at guys. I mean, with that stuff.
So when
be very careful.
When I did that to you, so that was completely out of line, of course.
Joe, your godfather, I told you, you had already been gone.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah, kind of crazy. I was a little naive and everything, but geez, it's like, I don't know what to say. It's, it's just like the fraternity means more than the family and friends. I mean, geez.
Well, Joe, you take an oath.
Yeah.
An oath means something. It did. I don't know if it does now, but it did.
Yeah, now. Are they still making guys? Do you know? Are they? What's up with?
Yeah, you still have families. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have family. Yeah. You know what they do and how they make any kind of money. Who knows really? A lot of the guys are really broke.
Yeah.
It's not like it was.
I remember my godfather telling me after an incident, he was like, "You either join or you're on your own, JoJo. You're on your own. That's it. You're on your own. You can't have a foot in both worlds." And I I wasn't.
Well, what did you end up doing? I mean, you did. What did you do?
Well, I was educated and things like that. I worked for a theme park and I did some other jobs. I had education behind me, but uh, I was scared after things went sideways. I was kind of scared and I was stressed and I couldn't sleep. I mean, I wasn't trying to be a tough guy, whatever, but when everything was going downhill, uh, I didn't know what was going to happen. Then the old man was telling me a lot of different things, and then Mickey was like, "You're on your own," and I was like, "Nah, man, that's that," But everything cooled down. But I mean, looking out windows, always looking in the rearview mirror, stopping at red lights, looking at cars. I was going nuts.
If you were like one of the other guys before you were gone. You were gone. That you had Sam, you had your godfather, Mickey, that saved you. Completely saved you.
Yeah. There was guys before me though that were running errands, the milk and cookies. There was guys like that. I don't mean to bust your chops, but there were other guys that were fulfilling that role. And then I just.
What do you think? You think Sam's stupid? Sam knew who you were. I mean, he acted like he didn't know who you were when you came around. He knew who you were.
He already knew my godfather.
I think he did, yeah. I think, of course, he knew him. He didn't not know him, but I think he had already vetted you. Before. I think there was a lot more going on with Sam.
Yeah.
Looking back.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about him and the government? Any thought about him and the government? Or is that just, I don't want to bust...
Why were there all the bugs in the... They played me the tapes, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
They played me tapes from the club.
Oof.
This is before.
Oh.
This is before my first indictment.
Oh.
This is before. In the 90s, they played tapes from the club.
Wow.
I mean, Sam said he had guys sweeping the club. How the hell did they get to not find the bugs?
How the hell did they get in there? Just like the freaking cable guy or the milkman or somebody or delivery people or...
They played the tapes. I mean, they had hours of footage, recordings.
You got caught up?
How the heck did they have bugs in that club?
I don't know. That's what got you your first bid? Your first...
No. They didn't say, I mean, guys, they were smart enough, even though they didn't think there was any bugs. Most guys didn't say too much. I mean...
Yeah.
The club, people were pretty careful.
I remember when we got in the car a couple times, you told me to blare the radio. You told me to put the radio on full blast. I was like, what? I was like, I like the Rolling Stones, but why are we blaring this? You're like...
Because you don't know what they put in your car. We didn't know what they put in your car.
Yeah. And then one of your...
They were tracking you too, Joe. They knew you were going back from New York to upstate.
Yeah. Everybody was on the radar. How do you get through all that with every day? Well, you guys got the skin. I don't know.
You just do it. You don't even think about it. You just go ahead and do it. You don't even... You worry about the next day. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Right. I don't mean to bust your chops, but I still feel like a million years later, I still feel like you're a good guy and everything, but I still feel intimidated. But I don't mean any disrespect, but I still feel intimidated by you. I don't, we have nice conversation, but
Well, Joe, I'll try to jump through the bars and get you.
Hey, come on. I got enough nightmares. All right. I'm just kidding. But, someday I would like to. Are your thoughts like to just get a visitor in person?
Yeah, we get visits. I haven't had a visit in probably 5 years.
What?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Well,
who am I gonna get a visit from? Yeah, I get to hear from guys on the phone.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna come down.
Right.
How's they gonna come down?
Yeah.
Somebody was just buzzing in there. They call my phone at certain hours.
Oh, right.
And they text.
Okay.
But that's all right. I don't need to see anybody down there,
Right. I don't mean it might be a stupid question, like regrets. I mean, that's stupid of me. Like, is that a stupid question? Do you feel like you regret it? I don't, that's stupid.
Joe, you don't even think about it.
Right.
You just do it. You don't think about, should I have done this way, that way, the other way? There's nothing I could have done. Once I made that first move, that was it. I'm all in.
Right.
You were there. There's no turning back. You can't turn back. I took an oath.
Yeah.
I took an oath. There's no turning back.
Yeah. You're one of the rare guys that, a lot of other guys did the same thing like you, and they're older now in prison, but a lot didn't.
A lot of guys died in prison.
Yeah. You held on. You took an oath, and you held true to the oath.
Well, who knows? You think back. I'll tell you what you think back about. What the hell was Sam doing?
Yeah.
How the heck did he act like he did? No problem, no nothing, with all the shit that was going on there.
I try to process it a million years later and try to reach conclusions in my mind, and it's just like I don't know what I could stand on about him or you or some other guy. Like I think I have the right impression, but it could be wrong. But I think Sam was compromised.
I'll tell you, how the heck did they have all those recordings?
Yeah.
They're playing tape after tape after tape.
That doesn't mean.
He had the place, like I told you, the place locked down. And the neighbors, they would have seen somebody go in there.
Yeah.
They had the place surrounded.
Every person that went in and out of there.
So how the heck did they get in there? And then if they did get in there, how the heck did he not get the bugs removed?
Yeah, that would take a little time.
Have somebody scan it for the bugs.
Yep. Oh, did they sweep the place? Yeah, they swept the place. They didn't sweep the place.
Sam was supposed to be sweeping that place every week.
Well, you were pretty smart on things where, any conversation or dialogue. I used to be up front near the bar, and I used to hear like a lot of times talking in codes and things like that. Talking in codes because, of course, you were aware of it.
Yeah, well, I'm out here in the yard. There's a lot of noise going on here.
Oh, all right. Well, that's cool.
They had a bunch of people in the one night in the club. Sam had the door wide open in the back.
Yeah.
Guys that they didn't even know looking back there to see what he had. The thing cracked so far open they could even see there was another door back there. And it'd be safe to assume there was money back there.
Yeah.
He didn't even care. Why did he? He acted like it was no big deal. There was, a couple $1 million back there.
It was supposed to be protected like Fort Knox. Why would he have his so-called guard down? That's crazy. Yeah, he can't. I can never figure him out. In afterwards, doesn't make sense. Of course, you know a lot more than me, but whatever, certain situations and things like
Well,
that.
I was up here and back down and back up. Sam, he was only in charge for the end time there when you were around.
Because that was gonna.
He's been around for a long time, but he wasn't really in charge. He did his own thing.
He was at
then they consolidated.
Oh.
And all the crews got folded into that club. There was a lot of all kinds of disappearing.
That's when
guys from down there come up here, then disappear again.
Yeah.
A lot of consolidation, and then it was just gone.
What did you think about the new guys that were coming up? Because Sam was finishing his term, so to speak.
I was gone. They sent me back down there.
Because I got along.
Back in New York. I was back in New York by that time.
I was kind of wondering, but I didn't see you.
I just disappeared. They wanted me to disappear out of there.
Oh, because
there was a lot of things that need to be cleaned up in that place.
But
so they wanted me gone.
You were gone, but I still ran a couple errands here or there. But those guys that came up, they were straight faced, good looking guys that come up that came on afterwards. They were serious dudes, but they were nice guys. And
those were guys that Sam paid these guys off. Because everything went bad up there. And they had no other way to handle things but basically tell Sam, you handle money and we'll take care of everything else. And that's what happened. He retired.
Yeah.
He retired. He paid them to just clean everything up. And after that, it was just basically dissolved.
Yeah.
Nothing left. Everybody who was any good went down back to New York.
Because when I was in Queens, they
wanted different guys to clean it up.
Yeah.
They didn't want the crew all fresh faces. They sent the other guys down to New York.
Oh, all right.
The other friends of ours, they sent down to New York. The rest, they just cleaned everything up. That's it.
When you were gone, they sent up a couple of other guys, like you said. But I remember when I was in New York, at my cousin's place in Queens, I saw one of the guys in that big house. I saw one of them, and then thereafter he showed up, and he recognized me. And I said, "How's my cousin Vic doing?" But they were straight, serious kind of things, and they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna finish."
Those were heavy hitter guys, Joe. They sent out. Those guys were only up there for I don't know, a few months.
Yeah.
3-5 months, something like that. They got everything in order, and then everything got shut down.
So they really didn't even have a freaking operation going on up there after that.
After the 90s, no, that was all. By the end of the 90s, that was all done, dissolved. Nothing.
Wow.
All stuff that was done outside of the parameter of the family.
Yeah.
Just little, crews, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, it was just nothing.
Just a few ragtag guys running around.
Yeah, I mean, everything was closed up. All the meeting places and everything. That was all.
Yeah.
That was all done.
Yeah.
And guys from down there, they didn't come back up.
Yeah.
They didn't come back up.
I think one of the guys that had come up from New York, I think it was the guy that my cousin did time for. And he took the indictment. He took it. And well, my cousin got paid, but I think it might have been that guy that from.
They made so much money from the mid-'80s into the 90s. It was insane. It was just insane. But guys were stupid, including myself. The money was gone.
Yeah.
We blew so much money.
Yeah.
Blew it.
Yeah.
Blew it. Some of the guys had Jewish accountants.
Yeah.
They structured the real estate holdings, stock portfolios, businesses they bought, laundromats and movie theaters and restaurants, and they structured everything, and they were multi-millionaires.
With legitimate things? Legitimate?
Everything legitimate.
Yeah.
Everything legitimate.
Some did it, and they benefited, but a lot of just went through the life and didn't come up with nothing at the end for whatever reason.
In life, you move so fast that a lot of guys just weren't smart enough to think ahead. They thought they were going to be dead tomorrow. They didn't even. Some guys were just renegade.
Just Rambos running out there, just didn't care about the future, spent all the money, and
while you're living on such a treacherous style.
Yeah. Well,
you just don't know what the next day is going to hold.
It's understandable. So live.
You don't know if a guy's just going to go and just go rogue and just wipe everybody out.
Yeah.
They could be on a death wish, Joe.
Yeah.
That happened a number of times. A guy thinks he's paranoid. He thinks he's going to be taken out. He just goes rogue and just takes 5-10 guys out with him.
Just starts blasting?
That happens. It happens. It happens in a lot of these ragtag crews.
Yeah. And a lot of people were stuck a lot of money, and they owed a lot of money also, so that came into effect too.
They all owed. Everybody owed. They owed. Sam's crew owed family. They owed 2-3 other families in New York, some of them. Big money. Big numbers. 50 dimes, 100 dimes, some of them. To other families.
Yeah.
So now Sam's on the hook.
Wow.
If they can't make a payment, who do you think they call?
That's why Sam was the way he was. You know, aggravated.
Those guys were all rejects they sent up here.
Wow.
With Sam. They sent up all the friends of ours down there because everybody was on top of each other. So they sent all the rejects. They wanted to get all the rejects out of there, out of the way.
Yeah.
And they just sent them up to Sam because Sam he already had tons of money.
Yeah.
And they needed guys. They just needed bodies, to make it look good, tougher.
So,
because he was an old man.
Yeah.
So that's why they sent them all up there. But those guys owed. They were rejects.
Why?
They didn't have, and they couldn't make any money other than off other people. They didn't have their own racket schemes.
Uh-huh.
You've seen a bunch of the guys up there.
Yeah. It just seemed everything revolved around gambling. Everything revolved about who owes this, who owes that.
Well, because they were already stuck.
Yeah.
They weren't going to how were they going to get out? They couldn't come up with any idea. They thought maybe if I get one score, I'll get out. I'll pay the marker. I'll be done.
Yeah.
How are they going to make a score? They're all sto-nuts.
I was around you, and you always had a good bankroll in your pocket, though.
I didn't know, but I didn't have anything going up here.
Oh.
I got sent up here for another reason, and then they kept me up here.
Well, you had, I mean, you'd say, yeah, I'll catch you at the club. I'd drive you to be like, I'll catch you at the club. It's like, no, pay me now. And you're like, stop it. But that's immature of me.
Joe. Joe.
That's
funny, Joe.
That's immature of me. I wasn't going to say, hey, where's my money? But you treated
Some guys would have kicked you out of the car and ran over you.
I know. but you always you used money so I could gamble with you. You always paid the tab. You always you treat it all the time. And of course, I felt close to you, but I could only get so close to you like that. And
Joe, I'm running out of minutes.
oh,
I'll text you in the morning. I got some texts I can send, but I'm running out of minutes. So I'll have to call you back sometime, maybe next week, but I'll text you in the morning.
all right. God bless you.
Bye, Joe.
That's that. Well, everybody in here, what's going on in the chat, you guys? What the heck's going on in there? I still feel like intimidated. Like, I don't know. I still feel, I think it's just inborn, but I feel sorry for them guys. There's another guy that's in not far from here, but they have a hard time. There's more prisons and compounds that have more liberties and others that don't, but they could get the burner those burner phones or whatever the hell you call them. And like for an old timer, they're not gonna the track phone, burner phone. The guy's gonna die in prison. They're not gonna shake the guy down for a phone. I mean, he's been in there 20 years. He knows the guy. He knows them all. They're not gonna whatever. I don't think he really even has to hide that much. Got to be some mercy. So I don't know. James McCarthy, go Joe, go. Run Joe, run. So yeah, different look at guy. It's kind of tough to ask questions. But BMX, what's going on? David BMX. It's tough like that. So I don't know. It's tough when you look back and you ask questions and get a little idea. Man, I was green. I was green. I was naive. Man, I should have never. I ran around a little bit. I got some good tips, and then it was just like, wow, easy. How easy? Just do this, do that. Kind of easy. But I didn't realize the risks that were in there. Been in jail, solitary, in the brig. Feel him no matter what he did to get there. I think he did. They call it what, the hole. They call it the hole or the box or something. The box. Yeah, I think he did. Well, when he went in, he was younger, so I don't know. You got to fight, and when they go in jail, they'll try you. These people, you go in jail, prison, they will try you and see if you're weak, and then they can extort you and exploit you. I mean, it's tough. But as an old man, well, see, if it's a guy like, oh yeah, the shoe, but you gotta maybe if something happens and they think you're cute, like some of these young gang members or something, and then maybe an old wise guy will just say, really? Because I got guys in the streets that are going to come to your house and blow everybody up. So you still got to be careful, because I know of that happening, not with him, but with another guy that I know that was in Attica since '74, and they were trying to play these little roly-poly games, and it's just like, oh yeah, you want to go there? Well, he told them where the address was, so he just told these couple of these gang members, I know where your family lives, on 123 Johnson Boulevard. So keep messing with me, and my boys on the streets are just going to come over there and smash everything. So I don't know, that's what goes. I don't know, I mean, so You were on a train that just hit a truck. Now you're stuck for a while, North Tonawanda. Wow. Is Angelo taking any chemo or anything for cancer? No, he's not, because the chemo will make you weaker, Shannon. That chemo, it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. As a senior citizen, it's like just try to ride it out to the end, other than just take the chemo and you're already half dead with the chemo. So just ride it out and have a little more strength to your last days. So what more can you do? That's all. Yeah. These guys, and well, they had to move him to a different part of the prison, whether there's damp areas or more whatever. They will give a old timer a little more liberty on things like that. I mean, I think he went in 2002, 22 years. So he'd been in there when guards went in. Guards had their first day. You know, he was already there where some of these guards had their first day in there. So, you know, you build a rapport with these guys, more or less. So we're going to get to 100K someday. Truth Serum Nation, we'll keep rocking and rolling. So, yeah. So I think that's good enough. Thank you, Shannon. First time in here. I appreciate you coming in. Kimmy, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not gonna go freaking rolling down any cliffs, but hey, I could have been a good Hollywood stuntman. Well, I was that day. I was trying to make it. I was trying to dramatize it and go down that cliff and go ooh ooh ooh, you know, and say oh gosh, you know, and then I got too cute and I did go down. I did go down, but I more or less knew how to roll. You know, when you start bracing yourself, that's when you break bones, such as the same thing in a car. That's why a lot of people, the drunks, they get drunk and they get in car accidents. They live because they just flop around. But otherwise, you'd be like, brace yourself, and then you break everything. So, yeah, I have the kind that I'll always come back, Joe. I just enjoy the stories. Thank you. God bless you and prayers to you. And I pray for good health, you know. So don't hurt yourself. Oh well, I'm 60, but I still think like I can do the things, and I don't want to accept injuries that I've had and everything like that. I don't want to accept it. But yeah, I'm gonna stay in the game, get more cardiovascular. You notice I haven't chain smoked on this stream, so we'll get there. Takes time. It takes time. This is mob stuff and everything else, but you folks have challenges and things you might want to do. So, you know, things take time, but that you have to have a starting point. You have to have a starting point in life, whether it's vocationally or if you're having relationship problems or any aspect of your life that you want to get together or prosper from. You have to have a starting point and eliminate fear. Eliminate fear. Okay. That's all. It's a starting point. And then you build on it. Then you become more confident. You know. So thank you, Constantino. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, bro. So yeah, we'll get there. We talk about things, you know, we try to motivate a little bit, talk about real life situations and things that are happening. It's just not theater, mob tube stuff and all that, theater, recycled gibberish stuff. There's real things happening in real life, real things. And we should grow and prosper and have good relationships, laugh and enjoy, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Tomorrow's just not guaranteed. So awareness, and and then build from that. So, yeah, ain't nobody gonna mess with him. They ain't gonna mess with Angelo, baby. He said some of the Puerto Rican or whatever. Well, they just have the different gangs and nationalities and stuff like that, but they ain't, because they understand. They're smart enough to know. They're smart enough to know. Once they know he's not a punk, they're gonna back off, because if you find yourself in prison and you don't have an allegiance to anybody, you tell the people on the streets, you know their names. You could look up the records of the inmates. You could look up the records of the inmates and their addresses and stuff like that. And it'll just be like, so he was like, you could do whatever you want to me, but if something happens to me, your family is in jeopardy. And then he might say their address or where they work. So if you want to rock and roll, rock and roll. He's not going to be a pushover, He's an old man. They think they're going to shake down an old guy like that in prison. They're not. They're not. They're not. A wise guy that been through the ringer, tough guy. He ain't at 90. They're not submitting to nothing. They're not submitting. No. Whatever gang member it is. And they're smart enough to know, just don't mess with the old man over there. There's enough people in there to shake down. There's enough punks and sissies running around in prison that they extort. That's all. There's enough. I knew a couple guys that, they said, yeah, there's people from the street that put money in the commissary for them. Every, guy was in there doing with the guy TA. He was in there doing a long time. And ritually, every month, somebody from the outside put something in. But the kid got protection from him. The kid got protection. He was doing scared time. They put these young kids in prison. There's just some crazy dudes. There's crazy dudes that don't care. They go in prison. They're 19, 20. They're going to fight. They're going to stab. They're going to do whatever. There's some that just don't care, rock and roll. But there's others that don't want that. And they will pay for protection. They'll pay for protection. I got a story I could do about that. And I want to talk to another guy about that. That's out. He's an old man now. But he did that to another guy. He did that to another guy because I said I wasn't putting nothing more on his. I wasn't putting nothing on his books because we got in a couple disagreements and I wasn't putting nothing on his books. And then he was like, "Well, who the hell cares, JoJo? I got a guy put." I was like, "Well, if he was doing it for that long, why did you have me adding on there?" Don't be greedy, but in there you got to, because at any time that flow of money from the outside could stop. So it's survival. Accumulate as much as you can from the outside and get your candy bars and everything. Poor Andrew was talking about he got some candy bars. Jeez. Twinkies, some ho-hos or something. Oh, well. But all the wise guys that didn't rat, they don't want to do an interview. The people on MobTube are the guys that ratted. These guys been dodging the light, the spotlight. Oh, I'm trying to crack a couple of them. I tried to crack another guy that was with Labellas. He's too aggressive. Too aggressive. I don't want any of that crazy stuff. If you're watching, Richard, no disrespect. I don't want you too aggressive. But I wish you well and stay on the outside. Okay. These guys, they come and go. They do 12-year bid. They come out, they do a 6-year. And this other guy, maybe 65, his adult life, he did 80% of his adult life in prison. Their minds start becoming institutionalized. They're like prey and predator, and they just want to see what they can get out of you. But I had a relationship, a rapport with the guy prior to that, and so I knew how to deal with him. I knew how to I knew how to deal with him more or less, and it was all right. Those DeBellas were rocking and rolling too once upon a time. So, well, we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you everybody for coming in here. I appreciate your support. Ivan Lord, thank you. I appreciate it. James McCarthy, Baby A, I appreciate everything. Constantino, I appreciate that. Your donations, Baby A, I appreciate your donation. Thank you. James McCarthy, everybody that spent some time in here with me. Shannon, thank you. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna keep pumping things out. FW Fred, yeah. Enjoy the ballet. Enjoy the Canadian ballet. Enjoy it. I can't speak. David BMX, one of my first subscribers. Thanks for riding. It's been a long ride. It's been a long time since we rock and roll. So I appreciate my True Serum Nation. James McCarthy. I appreciate that. James, I'm going to try to get down there 21st, 22nd. So that's that. I don't want to miss anybody. Got rid of a couple trollers, but that's expected. No problem. Thank you once again, Baby A. I appreciate your generosity. Marta, thank you. I appreciate all that. I think that just about does it. I hate to miss David Lopez. All right. Pimperson. All right. Thank you. I don't like to miss the people that are good enough to come in here, Michael Candinas he's usually the first guy in. Thank you, Michael K. Ivan Lord, thank you for that. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. I appreciate everything. So, all right. We're going to leave it there. We got some good juice coming up. Maybe we'll take another walk in the park. You never know where you're going to find me. So that's it. Enjoy your weekend, and be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. If you're going through changes and everything, just try to seek help. Try to reach your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. If you're in a bad spot, you can get out of it. You have to set the temperature. You have to put your mindset in there, because the world is a vampire. It wants your blood. You got to keep pumping in there. This is mob stuff, all this, blah, blah, blah. You folks are you guys are young. You're trying to make it through the world. Keep your mindset is the best way you can. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to face these things in the trajectory of your life. Learn from them, become stronger from them, gain a little wisdom on things, and have a fun, happy, abundant life. Even if you don't make 100,000 a year, you could still have a good, fulfilling life. Whatever the numbers are, you could still enjoy the fulfillment and enrichment from love and compassion. That's currency. It's not money, but that's currency. Because at the end of the day, we are spirits first in a physical shell. So keep your spiritual bank account, your spiritual account full. It's hard to do with emotions and this no good, no. You have to keep an eye on your spiritual account. It's very important, because the demons want your ass. So keep your guard up. Put the spiritual armor on, and things will come easier in your life. Okay? Let the world and universe bless everybody, and be the kings and queens that you are already born to be with the royal DNA. All right, folks, you know I'll be back soon, God willing. Thank you.